Hello everyone, Flashy username, back again with some more Pokemon TCG content. And today we're going to be playing the Groudon deck, Towering Heights. We've already seen the impressive power of the Unseen Depths Kyogre deck, so let's see if his rival Groudon has the abilities to match. Let's jump into the games. And we're back, we're fighting up against the Raikou deck. I don't know how many games I've shown you today, but this is game number 6. We've had a lot of not games that just end turn 2 or 3 just because our opponents have conceded. So we'll see how things go today. We've got a Groudon and a Mew. We're going to go ahead and put the Groudon up front. I don't know if we're going first or second. I should be really paying some more attention to that. But that's alright. Either way, we're going to be pretty happy. A Smeargle. What do you do? Reveals their hands. You may... I need to read your Smeargle, thank you. You may use the effect of a supporter card there as the effect of this attack. That's pretty nice, pretty nice. So we want to go ahead and reduce the supporters that we have. Probably going to use our Pokemon Fan Club, find a Temple, and a Pokemon Communicator. We'll go ahead Pokemon Fan Club. Well, how does like Groudon get up sooner? Pokemon Fan Club is better because Temple, and we do have the evolved form. Oh, show card. We got the Palatoad. Show cards. We actually might not want Temple because we can get a Gabite. We'll take the Temple though. Temple and a Throw. Because they combo together. Throw and Palatoad. Temple and Throw. Do you protect it from just your opponent's attacks? Excellent. We'll go ahead and use our Drought ability. Put an extra energy on our Groudon. I'm expecting them to use our Howl, although Tail Smash is a thing that they can do. It looks like their entire deck is weak to fighting, so that's very fortunate for us. Ultra Ball. Ultra Ball is an excellent draw. What are you going to find with that? Not too familiar with your deck. You found an Ampharos, Unseen Flash. You may put 2 energies from your hand into the Lost Zone. Stunning Likeness. You found a Howl, very fortunate. Now, if we have no more the Palatoad, we'll go ahead and put this Palatoad on the Temple. And we will Howl ourselves. Get an energy. Okay, draw energy is an energy. So we'll go ahead and get this draw energy suited up. Looks fortunate for us that they don't have a counterattack point yet. We can get a Seismitoad. Or something with this, well actually Pokemon Communicator. Get rid of this Palatoad. And we'll find our Gibble, so that way we can go ahead and suit up our Gabite next turn. We will use our Trembling Ground. I don't believe they have a counterattack, although I don't know the way that their deck functions. They might have something else. A Fighting Energy is exactly what we're looking for. I'd also appreciate a switch. Raikou does 90 extra damage if they have any energies in the Lost Zone. Unfortunately, this Ampharos isn't going to be coming up very soon. And 120 damage is not going to be enough to take us out. Okay, so let's see. We got a Gabble here, so we'll go ahead and evolve this. We can actually take out this Raikou with our Palatoad since it's weak to fighting. Go ahead, Cynthia. Draw 6 cards. If we get a switch, we will do that. Just exactly that. We did not get the switch. We can Drought, though. Drought onto our... Does it go in the same Pokemon? Yeah, so we'll Drought. We'll get our Garchomp suited up. We'll get Garchomp ready. Because we did find the Garchomp, so that's very excellent for us. We could use the Drought to pay for the retreat cost of Groudon, although it's not exactly what I'm looking for. They finally have the Ampharos, so their Raikou is going to be able to do 120 damage, although unfortunately for them they need 2 energies on it. And they need 2 energies in hand, so it's quite a bit of things. Split Bomb does a lot of damage to our bench Pokemon. Unfortunately for them, we have a Mew in play, so this deck seems to be pretty effective at countering our opponent's deck. Yes, we have a quite effective counter for our opponent's deck. I'm very sorry for you, opponent. We'll go ahead and put another energy on our Throw. We'll go ahead and we'll Bug Catcher. We don't really have anything else that we need to do, so we might as well just have a large hand. Palatoad's a nice one for our... Seismitoad's a nice one for our Palatoad. But we don't really need to do anything with that. We'll go ahead and we'll just Trembling Ground. Take that out. I expect the Ampharos to come up, and then I expect them to use the Ampharos's ability and concede when they realize what Mew does. Furfrou. Furfrou, another Pokemon weak to fighting. I'm very sorry that their entire deck is weak to fighting. Return, drop the 5 cards in hand, right? Yeah, 5 cards, that's very excellent for them. We will be switching out this turn. What do? You do an extra 30 damage for each of your bench Pokemon that has a damage counter on it. Okay. Pokemon Communicator will find us nothing useful. I think Cynthia might just be the go-ahead play. Yep, Cynthia seems like kind of the heads-up play right now. We'll retreat Groudon. Get out this Palatoad. We'll do a mini Earthquake. I want to see these damage counters on our bench. We need it for our Seismitoad. Get another energy. Another Temple, not quite the most useful thing. We could have Cynthia'd last turn, but I want this Seismitoad in my hand. I'm expecting this Naganadel thing to come out here, Pupil, the Ultra Beast. Ampharos is unfortunately going to go ahead and fall to our Garchomp. We've got a Naganadel here, 130 damage. We have exactly 3 prize cards, it does 80 more. So this, unfortunately, Professor Kukui for them, unfortunately doesn't do what they want it to do. I mean, this Ampharos doesn't do anything as well. It's going to do 50 damage to our Palatoad. Ooh. Paralyzed. Okay. Split Bomb. We're going to go ahead and throw out our Throw. We'll retreat the Palatoad. We've got a Garchomp ready. Yeah, dude, you gotta read the Mew. I'm sorry about that, dude. Yep, and that's exactly what I said. They're gonna use the Ampharos's ability and they concede. Okay. And we've got another opponent. They have an extremely amazing mustache. And they're on the Dragonite deck, the best deck in the format in my opinion. Let's see if this game goes more than 2 turns. This is our 5th game of the day. I think I've only going to show you one previous one, maybe 2. Let's see what we've got. We've got a nice Palatoad and a Gibble, and a Throw. I think we're going to throw our Gibble up front, because Throw is better when they have damage on the bench. Unfortunately, we don't have anything for the Garchomp. We'll go ahead and throw out this Gibble. Hopefully they don't have anything that resists Fighting type. Fighting type is our main type. Do you have any more bench Pokemon? Nothing. Just a Pidgey. Well, Pidgey is something that I'm okay with saying resist Fighting type. Let's see what they're able to do. Okay, energy on the Pidgey. Makes sense. No more basic Pokemon for you. I would hope so. We got this draw energy. We're going to go ahead and put a fighting energy on our Gibble. It doesn't quite do anything, but it'll actually we'll put it on the Throw. We'll put it on Throw, and we'll Cynthia. I don't quite see anything that does anything in our hands. Well, we got this draw energy. We'll hold on to the Cynthia for one turn. There's no real reason to commit anything else to our bench. I want to use the draw energy. Unfortunately, we can't take this Pidgey out. They're going to have a nice 2 whole turns. They might have a Pokemon fan club. Pokemon fan club can help them find Tornadus and Thundurus for their bench. Be very useful for them. They might even have a Pidgeotto. Pidgeotto would also be an excellent draw for them. Let's see, Pokemon fan club. Tornadus Thundurus would be my choices. But they might get an Alolan Grimer. Alolan Grimer would be very useful for getting them out of the situation. Alolan Grimer and Dratini. Excellent. Okay. I might have picked the Thundurus. Thundurus is pretty good for dealing some damage even if you don't have the Tornadus. Okay, energy on the Dratini is a choice that you can make. Retreat the Pidgey, out for a Grimer. Great. Excellent. Okay, so now this throw is not going to be doing very much damage. We will put a draw energy on our Gibble. Got a nice Pokemon Communicator. Excellent. We'll go ahead and turn this Palatoad out. Since we got the Gabite, we will no longer be using our Cynthia, since we have a Garchomp on the ready. But we will be taking this opportunity. Oh, Corkscrew Punch, we got the draw energy. But it was excellent to play the draw energy, since it was what drew us into our Gabite. Let's see what our opponent does with their Alolan Grimer. They fortunately cannot retreat it. A Pidgeotto. Pidgeotto is excellent. They're getting very well set up. I'm a little bit nervous about a counterattack, but fortunately it looks like they don't have anything really capable of doing massive damage to us yet. Garchomp's got 150 HP, but unfortunately Garchomp does die to Dragonite. There we go. Well, they got something that's capable of doing good damage. Thundurus. Okay. We're going to go ahead and put this fighting energy on our Gabite. Go ahead, suit up Garchomp. And now we're going to go ahead and Cynthia. Fortunately for us, Overslice does 80 damage. There are no good things for us here. We need to really go ahead and draw some nice stuff. Overslice does do 80 damage without discarding energy, so we don't need to do that. 80 damage. Ooh, it's even the weakness. I didn't even notice that. Another fighting energy. Well, we've got a lot of fighting energies in our hand. If we draw a Groudon, that'll be pretty excellent for us. Dratini. We will discard an energy if you throw out a Dragonair. Another Dratini. You can also retreat Dratini for free, so that's pretty excellent. A Alolan Grimer might be coming up again. Bug Catcher, another excellent ability. I'd like a Bug Catcher myself. Ooh, heads. I'd like a heads Bug Catcher even more, to be honest. Airmail, they've seen 5 cards, 6 cards this turn. That's very impressive. 7 if you count the one they put to the bottom. 8, 9 if you're going to count these two. They have got the Dragonair, so they might be having a Dragonite coming up. Unfortunately, we don't have a Guzma or a like in our deck. So because of that, we might be retreating, throwing out something else that, maybe our Passimian, since Garchomp has a 0 mana retreat cost. Or a Groudon. Groudon's pretty excellent. Now, I'm afraid of Dragonite coming up next turn. They've got a lot of cards in their hand. They've gone through half their entire deck. So I don't quite want to throw this Garchomp out here, you know? We're going to go ahead and retreat. We'll throw our Passimian up. We're going to go ahead and draw some cards with our Spike Draw. If they don't have a switch, that's excellent for us, because it means we're going to get another attack in. Draw 2 more cards, and this Dragonite, I'm afraid of this Dragonite right now. Okay, but it doesn't look like Dragonite to me. There might still be a Dragonite in the loom. He might still be in the reaches. We're never sure. Dragonite's always just inches away from us. There it is, the Dragonite. It's an excellent choice that we did not decide to sacrifice our Garchomp. We're going to go ahead and sacrifice 2 Pokemons to this Dragonite. So that way our Garchomp will have his Avenging Aura up and be able to take out the Dragonite in 1 hit. The Pokemon that we're going to sacrifice first is going to be this Temple. We might even get a second Temple on our bench. I don't think there's anything else good that we need. We're going to go ahead and throw an energy on this Groudon. We'll go ahead and do another Spike Draw, claim a prize card. So unfortunately we're going to need to sacrifice quite a few Temples. Another Garchomp doesn't do much. Any of these Seismitoads don't do too much either. You're Thunderous. You could do 120 damage. When you come out, we're going to go ahead and sacrifice a Temple. We'll sacrifice a Temple. If you do the 120 to us for sacrificing Temple so we can get a Groudon set up. Heads. So many heads. Our opponents are excellent at getting heads. Let's see what else we got. They got the Airmail, seeing more cards in their deck. They have half as many cards in their deck as we do. But unfortunately, I don't think they're going to be going all the way to the bottom. We're going to have to sacrifice our Portal of Temple. And thankfully, since they don't have a Tornadus on their bench, we're going to go ahead and deal another 40 damage somewhere to their basics. Let's see where they choose to put this damage. On their Pidgeotto. Excellent. Temple, I am sorry. This is just a life that you have to lead. How? Thank you. Oh, we got 2 switches and a Lily. Another Passimian. We'll put the Passimian on the bench. We'll go ahead and suit up our Groudon. Groudon's going to be an excellent counterattack for this Thunderous. Unfortunately, we do not want to switch now. We can switch into our Garchomp, but Garchomp is the only Pokemon that we have capable of taking out this Dragonite. So we'll go ahead and just pass the turn. If they do choose to counterattack with this Lantern, which is something that they can do, Thunderous, take out Temple, us, Groudon, take out Thunderous, that would be very unfortunate for us. Because this Lantern can take us out. That's 140 damage. They find the Tornadus, although I'm not too sure what Tornadus is here to do. Oh, they find a Pidgeotto. 2 Pidgeottos is going to see a lot of cards. Maybe our opponent's going to deck out if this game goes long, although I don't expect it to last much longer than 7 turns. Pokemon Fan Club, they're down to 14 cards in their deck. 14 cards in their deck. Let's see what we can do. 13 cards in deck. Maybe they will deck out. Maybe they will be lucky and they deck themselves out. That'd be an interesting way to end the game. They probably have the other Dragonite. I mean, they've only got 12 cards in their deck, and they've seen them all, I think. I think they've seen all but the last 4 at this point, with how many Airmails they've done. Hurricane Charge, what are you going to suit up? I would suit up, yep, one of the Dragonairs for a second Dragonite coming next turn. The second Dragonite might be the most problematic thing that they have for us. Okay, and the Lantern's going to come out to counter-strike our Passimian. Unfortunately, we don't have very much bench damage going on. We'll put out this Groudon. Groudon's going to go ahead and take care of our opponent. Another Fighting Energy. Fighting Energy is not exactly what we want to be seeing at this moment in time. Groudon here, we're going to go ahead and use the Trembling Ground. Unfortunately, let's see if we can find a nice, good prize card. Something good, something strong. Something good? A Gabite. It's not quite what we're looking for. This Lantern. Okay, Lantern. I'm not sure how we're going to take out this Lantern, to be honest. We might sacrifice a Passimian to it, because we want them to be down on prize cards. They will choose to use their entire ability. Well, let's see, they might use... We'll throw out Passimian, and we're going to hope that they don't... that they take the 2 turns to kill the Passimian. Because if they try to take 2 turns to kill Passimian, then they'll have damage marked on Passimian, it'll be down to 40 HP. We can switch in a throw to counterattack it, and then we'll be able to switch into Garchomp once they take out the throw with a Dragonite. We're really hoping to be able to take out a Dragonite with our Garchomp. But it doesn't look like we're going to have too much in the way of action. I wouldn't be surprised if we lose this game at this point, but we still have a chance to come back. I'm surprised we haven't seen the second Dragonite. They have 9 cards in their deck, so at this point we're just stalling for time. Hopefully they deck themselves. That is a way that we can win this game. You are weak to fighting. You're weak to fighting. If we find the evolved form of Temple, actually, that'd be very good for us. We're going to put the Passimian up front. Because if we evolve Temple, then, Cynthia. Okay. This is rough. We're going to put this energy on the Temple. We're going to go deep. We're going deep since we have the Cynthia. We're going to put out this Temple. We're going deep. If we get the evolved form as Temple, then we can actually take out this Lantern. Oh, we didn't get it. We did not get it. Yeah, rest in peace, Passimian. Rest in peace, Passimian. We were really hoping to evolve our Temple. An evolved Temple would have been able to take out the Lantern in 1 hit. We went deep. We didn't get rewarded. Fisherman, okay. Fisherman's going to put a lot of energies into their hand. They've got more cards in hand than they have in their deck. Let's see if they continue to airmail. Yep, you got a Hurricane Charge too. Yes, sir. Are you going to choose to deal the full amount of damage to our Passimian, or are you going to give us an extra turn? I'd slow down on those airmails, bro. You're down at 7 cards in hand. Pokemon Communicator, you're down at 6 cards in your deck, buddy. What are you even looking for? Your other Dragonite? You got 8 cards in there. Okay, there we go. 7 cards left in your deck. You got another Dragonite. I'm not sure what you're planning on doing with that Dragonite. Maybe get a Pidgeot. Pidgeot's a pretty good Pokemon. I feel no shame about seeing a Pidgeot on the other side of the table. The correct choice for them would be to use their Lanterns overcharge for their Lightning Strike. So we're going to throw out a Temple. We will have to, at that point, counterattack with a throw. We'll have to throw. Unfortunately, we actually don't have the energy on the Passimian. Yep, they choose to use that. Okay. We'll put out the Temple again. We need to draw the evolved Temple. How? Get us there, please. Oh my goodness! How? Yeah, we'll go ahead throw, I guess. There's not much we can do at this point. Very little. We could throw out, and we'll reverse shoulder throw. 60 damage. We're just hoping that they deck themselves in some way. Maybe they'll play a How or a Bug Catcher. Although it seems very unlikely. 5 cards in their deck. Will you even be choosing to use your Pidgeotos? No, not even choosing to airmail. Well, this is our last chance. So we got the Garchomp. We'll put out the Temple. Garchomp has a 2 energy attack. We might find the thing. Is it even in our deck? Do we even have it in our deck? We do. We have 3 in our deck. Fascinating. Okay, well, we're going to go ahead and just choose to claim a prize card when we lose the game. We won't be doing any of this fancy shenanigans, though. We claim a prize card. Down to 2 in our deck. Another Temple. And they're going to go ahead and Dragonite us for lethal. If they do anything that's not Dragon Impact, there you go. That's the game for us. Well, that was very unfortunate. I think we had a chance if we were able to draw our evolved Temple Pelitoad, but we never got there. We're gonna go ahead and run it back with one more game, see if we get a nice one. And we're back. We're facing up against the Necrozma deck. Necrozma is a very good one. If you haven't seen my video on that one, I recommend that you do. I go through all the ways that you can play it over. There's a lot of play to that deck with the Necrozma and the Civilized. We're going to choose to go first. Always choose to go first. We've got a Throw. Throw is not exactly what I want to be saying in my first only active Pokemon. Fortunately, we've got a Pokemon fan club to find us a Groudon and a Gabble. So we've got some play here. We're going to go ahead and put our energy on the Throw. We'll say go ahead. It's weak to fighting, so that's excellent. We still got a 2-turn clock on it. They're going to use their Call for Family ability, probably find a Malamar, whatever the de-evolved form of Malamar is. This would be a good one for them. 2 cards from their draw. It's not the worst, not the best. 2 cards for free. That's Pot of Greed. I hear that card's banned. They're finding a Type Null. Type Null is also weak to fighting, so we have the strict advantage in this deck. So we're going to go ahead and use our Pokemon fan club. We're going to go ahead and find a Gibble. We're going to head and find a Groudon. Get these 2 Pokemon down into play. Gibble and a Groudon. Fortunately, both of these have very light energy requirements. We're going to go ahead and put the draw energy on our Throw. We've got a Bug Catcher. It's going to be excellent for us to use next turn. And we will go ahead and use the Reverse Shoulder Throw. We got one more turn alive, Tauros. I hope you make the best of it. I'm expecting to see, yes sir, Necrozma coming up for the counterattack. So this Necrozma is actually very terrifying. It's going to do 160 damage to anything that we put up to counter it. So we're going to want to... I think we're going to switch Call for Family again. Okay. Now we get the de-evolved form of Malamar. We gotta have a plan for this Necrozma. A Yungoos. Yungoos can be terrifying, actually. I don't know if you've seen the power of Yungoos, but it can do some terrifying things. Bug Catcher, Cynthia, Lily. If we play an energy, Lily draws us 3 cards. We have to decide where we commit the energy first. So let's think. We Reverse Shoulder Throw, Necrozma comes up, and it won't be able to kill us immediately. So I think that having Necrozma come up sooner rather than later is better for us. So we'll go ahead and put an energy on our Gabite, Groudon. We'll put it on Gabite. Gabite's going to be able to attack sooner. We'll go ahead and Lily for 3 cards. 3 is the average of what we got. We got the Garchomp. That's very excellent for us. We're going to go ahead and Reverse Shoulder Throw, take out this Tauros, claim a prize card. We got another Gibble. Gibble's alright. I would like to see a Pimple. Okay, they're throwing up the Ardino. They're probably going to just go ahead and draw a card and switch it. They've got a Yungoos. Alright, thank you. They've got a Yungoos. Necrozma is getting suited up. Get another Yungoos. Okay, so this Necrozma is becoming terrifying very soon. We will go ahead and get a Garchomp ready. This... Oh, well, our opponent's conceded. Unfortunate for us. I would really like to get another game in. Well, that's going to be it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed the content. If you did, leave a like and drop a subscription. Leave a comment if you're feeling extra bold. Those really help out the channel. But other than that, I hope you enjoyed and have a nice day. Bye-bye.